Hello. So forgive any sound hiccups. I'm recording in a barn again. So hello. This was a topic I didn't want to touch with a 10-foot barge pole, but I feel there's a discussion that's not being had about this, and I want to talk about it. So, Lord of the Rings, The Tales of Middle-earth by Wizards Magic the Gathering is an expansion into the Magic the Gathering trading card game. And I used to play that a lot when I was younger. Now it's just become a cash sinkhole, but that's a whole different topic. And I do feel like with everything that's happened with Wizards of the Coast, the OGL, sort of public trust in them, it's not good. And they decided to do race swapping of important characters, which I always say this race swapping, and I hate this word, but it's true, is problematic no whichever way you do it. It's funny. It's absolutely funny that people fall for this kind of marketing, and it just becomes this ridiculous noise of Twitter people screaming into the void and being angry that other people don't agree with them. Now, what I will say, there's this whole sort of group of people, oh, orcs are racist, this is that, oh, shut up. Like, stop reading these things by so-and-so university professors and actually make up your own mind. It's not that difficult, but then again, critical thinking skills are lacking in Gen Z to the point of absurdity. I want to talk about just the artwork in general and sort of the idea behind this. So, they have free reign with this. They can create what they want because, card games need lots of cards. It's not pretending to be a canon thing, it's its own thing. People of colour exist within Middle-earth. And I want to put this one into the void. This is just lazy. This is ultimately the laziest thing I think I've seen them do. The artwork is lazy. The marketing is the typical, if you don't like us, we will call you everything under the thumb. And it's just absurdity at this point. Critically speaking, I think Magic the Gathering, when the art is beautiful, it's absolutely beautiful. The art books dedicated to the artwork from these card games, it's stunning. It really is. But when it's lazy, it's lazy. There was the tracing drama a few years ago, and this artwork feels lazy. It looks suitably un-Middle-earth in certain places and just takes on this kind of generic, slightly science fiction-y look, which I find really jarring in the style. But also, the race swap is lazy. They had free reign. And watching the artists and people on there just chime in and go, well, we wanted to do something new, we wanted to do this. Well, you had new, you had this, you had that, yet you're not doing it, and you're not actually creating anything new. You're just being super lazy, and it's frustrating as hell, because so much squandered potential to expand on certain areas within Middle-earth, on certain groups, certain races, certain everything. This free reign, and they create lazy artwork, some lazy game mechanics, and ultimately just it feels like a shallow cash grab. And that's the sad thing about this. This potential is squandered into this shallow, generic cash grab that doesn't offer anything new. It's just rinse and repeat of countless tropes that I think a lot of people are tired of. Lazy artists that have been caught tracing, that have been caught borrowing other people's work. And ultimately, just this falls flat. They took the lazy way out. They didn't actually want to create anything new. They just were like, oh, let's do this and let's get some headlines. And it all just feels like bad marketing 101. People, the fans, have rejected this for the simple fact, in so many terms, it just feels ridiculous. And you've got idiots on Twitter climbing in and saying, well, he's described as swarthy. Yes, olive skin. Swarthy. Mediterranean. You know, it's ridiculous. And and I know this is a bit of a rant, but they could have just done something spectacular with this and really expanded into these sort of different lands and different areas of Middle Earth and this whole thing. And they just create generic, tropey fantasy art that I've seen 1,000 times from other people that have seen done a lot better, and yet they're being hailed by these idiots on Twitter that they are brave and stunning and strong, where it's just lazy marketing and people fall for it hook, line and bloody sinker. Like I said, critical thinking skills are gone. Making up your own mind is gone. People like to be spoon-fed things. And how dare someone chime in and don't like it. And if you don't like it, you're branded an ist and a phobe. It just honestly feels like this massive wasted opportunity to maybe claw back some, I don't know, some trust in the fan base. Maybe create something new. Maybe get some new talent in that pool. And I do find it interesting that in an age where it's considered, air quotes, problematic to create black characters if you're white, a lot of the artists involved in this are white. I find that very interesting. Just putting that one into the mix. Ultimately, this is just a generic waste of time with no real value beyond the shock value and bad marketing, and it's a meme. And they could have done something. It could have been amazing. It could have been spectacular. And they decide to just be lazy and just go down this route for clicks. And people fall for this. It's absurd at this point. People are morons. And the internet is filled with them. So there you go. Ultimately, I was going to buy this set just to put in my collection. And then I saw the artwork. And yes, the race swapping stuff bothered me, but what bothered me more was how boring it was, how generic the art is, and how I have seen this 1,000,000 times by 1,000,000 different artists, and it just falls flat. Wizards, hire new people. Get rid of that marketing department of yours. Hire new artists. Get some people with some actual talent. And I will talk to you guys later.